Hello, my mad hotties. Welcome back to another one of my non-VIP styling videos. For today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I styled these fabulous fits with just non-VIP items. So let's begin. So starting off, this was actually pretty simple and easy for me to do considering this I had no inspo. All I knew is that I wanted to do a summery look because we are literally at the end of August and fall is just around the corner. So shout out to any of my fall babies over here. I'm a Scorpio myself, so Scorpio season is low key the best. We got Thanksgiving there, but we can agree to disagree. But anyways, so with this fit here, I was like, let me just go with like some ruffles because when you think of summer, you think of like ruffles. It's kind of like spring in a way, but with summer, it's more like loose and like kind of airy. And I realized with my last video with the hair combos where I added at the end the long sheer skirt at the bottom underneath layers, I was like, I want to do this again because this kind of eats and it looks funny right now, but it's going to look good later. And you'll see, I'm actually not going to use the bodysuit just by itself. As you can see, at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to look good or not. Like you can see, like that's why I like to construct things first, because afterwards I'm like, okay, let me construct it first and then add the patterns, because then that's when you can tell if things start to look weird. And another thing I realized I wanted to do with this fit was that I realized I've hardly used the culture set, and I realized how beautiful these patterns here were. I was like, I want to use something like the cherry blossoms, the Asian culture patterns. It just, as you can see, it's looking beautiful with the dress. I surprised myself with this because I was like, oh, see, that's what I mean when I say I like to construct my look first, because then it just comes together overall. Now onto the accessories here, and a quick tip, one of the things I've learned about, styling an outfit as someone who loves fashion, has read so many different magazines since she was a child and watched Project Runway growing up, is that you want to put together your outfit first before you get your accessories, because if you have so much going on with your outfit, then you need little to no accessories, like little small things here and there. Or if you don't have much, if your outfit looks basic, then you add on accessories like a scarf or something, which you'll see with my last look. And another thing for my non-VIPs to know is that it really just comes down to layering. Like you see this looks like it's all one dress and it looks like it could be VIP. No, it literally, you have to go with patterns or outfits that kind of look the same. Like whatever has ruffles, you're gonna layer that with another ruffle. So just think of it that way. But anyways, onto the makeup here. This is the inspo we went for here. I love this. As soon as I put together this outfit, I was like, yeah, we're doing this makeup look. And as you guys know already, I showed you guys the makeup look, so now you guys can enjoy the makeup process. Now, going on to the hair here, this was the inspo I went in with. I was like, this will look perfect with this fit because the hair, I feel like curly hair looks great with ruffles. And I was like, yeah, we definitely gotta do this. So, as I said before, you see the inspo, and now you get to enjoy the process. Now on to the last part, which is the lashes. I know it looks like I'm just doing it regularly, but I actually end up making it upside down, and I thought I saved the content, but I didn't. And this was the finishing look. As you know, I actually loved how this turned out. This actually also gave me like Minnie Mouse vibes with like the two curly buns and like the red and white and the lashes. I just really loved how this turned out. And now on to the next fit. Now with this fit here, I was like, I want to try something different. I was like, I'm so used to doing just ruffles all over. I was like, okay, no, we need to use a different item instead of just ruffles. I mean, we can keep the skirt roughly because I feel like we have just mainly a lot of ruffle skirts in non-VIP, and with the butterfly top, I feel like ruffles just work perfectly. And like I said, I still want to keep the vibe of this summer because, you know, summer is about to end soon and Virgo and Scorpio season is about to come. So just want to get every little last bit out because as soon as fall hits, I'll mainly be making my styling fits fall. Like, so I'll be matching it up to every season. So when winter comes, it's just gonna be all winter and so on and so forth. And yeah, I'll probably use summer patterns from here and there, but you know, it's gotta just fit the vibe of fall. But anyways, as you can see so far, I constructed the fit, and like I said, all of this is non-VIP. The butterfly top, if you don't have it, go get that top. Get the top. This is one of the tops I have to say from the Batty Pass, along with the Batty Pass dress. One of the best things to ever happen for non-VIP people, because I have to say those items are even better than some of the items that are in VIP. But anyways, this is how the look is looking so far. Like I said, constructing, create your look the way you want to create it. But I have to say, constructing the fit first can help you learn how to layer it. I've realized for me, that works for me. But honestly, because I see things, especially if you're a visual person, a visual learner, definitely put together the fit first and figure out how you want to create it. If you want to make a dress or a skirt, construct it first, because then it just ends up looking like an amazing outfit. And you, like, I would not have even thought of using this pattern here. This is probably like my first time really using this pattern because I was like, what is this going to match up with? And you're going to see I'm actually going to match the butterfly top to the skirt, make it like a little burgundy, and I'm going to take out the dress from underneath because I didn't want it to make it look too short, which is also why I added the stockings, because we want to look we want to look cute but not showy, you know what I mean? So it ends up looking cute in the end, as you've seen from the pictures. I think this may just be my favorite one out of the three. The first one was really good, but this one is definitely my favorite because this time I actually layered a hat, or like a hat scarf on top, which is actually my first time really using this to style anything. So, and I was actually going back and forth because I was like, what if I could have used the Vanilla Mace hat, but this actually fit the vibe more. I feel like Vanilla Mace's hat will definitely look fire with some of the fall fits I'm going to put together for sure. But you see it's coming together really nicely here. And here, as you can see, I'm going back and forth with the patterns because I was like, okay, what if the patterns are looking a little too much? Because I was like, okay, we can't just do burgundy because the stockings are burgundy. So I was like, we're just going to match the skirt with the accessories. So, and I honestly think it looks cool. I kind of like funky fits. So this is kind of like, I think I found my signature style. Like, I like to, be avant-garde a couple times, but, my good DTI bud in the game was like, you kind of found your signature look, and I was like, I think I did. Now, onto the hair here, it was just pretty simple. I was just like, since we got this cute little scarf here, and we don't want the hair to look any bigger than the scarf, I was like, let's just go with this simple little Superman swoop curl, so that's what we did. And now on to the makeup here. This is the makeup inspo we were going in with. This is the Painted by Esther. It's just, I'm just so obsessed with her makeup looks. Like, she just does it so effortlessly and makes like just really thick blush look great on dark skinned women, which is why I'm obsessed, because I'm a black dark skinned woman myself, and I'm like, now I believe I can wear blush now because I've never really worn blush like that before. So because of her, I wear blush more in IRL. So, and which we need a collab, Painted by Esther. dress to impress. Just hear me out. Just a couple of makeup templates in the makeup folder. Eat down hard. Now onto the very last part of the fit, which is of course the lashes. I was like, let me just make these lashes small, but some way visible. And there's my girl, Miss Lee. She's my go-to girl for duoing alongside like one of my DTI buds. And she was the one that was like, oh, you got a signature look now. And I'm like, I think I do. So shout out to my DTI bud, Miss Lee. She was my bud before I even started this page. So shout out to her. I think she really needs to make her own DTI page herself because she is just as creative, if not more. And it looks like I forgot that I actually went back in with the makeup to actually change the eye color because I actually matched the my eye color to my top. So I was like, no, let's make this look realistic. And I was going back and forth with the lashes here because I was like, do I make them white? Do I make them platinum blonde? Like, I was figuring that out. I don't know why I was like fussing over this, but it ended up looking good, and I really love how this turned out. Like, I love making my makeup and hair look different because as someone IRL, I love funky colors and dyeing my hair and doing crazy things. As I said before, I think this is my favorite look out of the three because it's very funky, and I feel like this is like my signature look now, like funky, basic at the same time, and little like pop of color, funky colors that don't usually you would mix with specific colors. Like I'm just obsessed. But now on to the very last fit. Now with this fit here, I was like, okay, I'm so used to doing something so crazy with pop of color, and I was like, we can still do that with this fit. But the main thing I realized is that I hardly have ever used the romper in the non-VIP. I'm like, I usually make like hacks of it with like the tank top and then the leggings, but I'm like, why have I never used this? And when I thought of the romper, I was like, this bow here, so cute. It looks so cute. And honestly, the pattern here would have been perfect on its own. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try a different pattern that I've hardly seen anyone using yet. I don't really see a lot of people using the summer patterns. Because like at first, I do agree. At first I was like, yeah, for the summer update, I was expecting just a little bit of better summer patterns. Like, I feel like we have like a lot of floral, which is nothing wrong, as you can see here. I like the fact they have little polka dots and the little, designs here and there, but I was expecting some more like basic colors, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you have the Hawaiian patterns and everything, and I realized we don't even really have Hawaiian patterns in there. Just patterns that look like it, but not exactly Hawaiian. But as you can see, I went in with the pattern that I've hardly seen people using. And at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to look right. But I was like, nope, I got it. We're going to use this pattern here. I need to use this pattern. Use the summer pattern. And I was like, okay. So with accessories, we're just going to match it to the design of the patterns, and so on and so forth. Do that with the whole fit. And now I'm looking back, I was struggling here because I was like, okay, what do I color the shoes now? Because I was like, I do not have time to be looking for hex codes. I was like, I just want to find a color that's going to match the scarf, and I think I did in the end. I'm hoping I did, because I'm just, with all the editing and everything, I can't even remember if I did. Now onto the makeup, and because I didn't have an exact makeup inspo I wanted to do before doing this look, I was like, you know what if I leave the game, come back, and look for makeup inspo that matches the design of the outfit, and this makeup look fit perfectly. I was like, I know exactly what to do, so just sit back and enjoy the process. So unfortunately, looks like I wasn't able to get the recording of me doing the rest of the makeup, but now onto the hair. This was the inspo I went in with, and like I said before, we need toggles for these beads here because I would love to make them thinner, because if you use the adjustment feature, it's just gonna make you look bald if you like make them look any smaller. So that is just what I want. I just want a few things. Like, I know there's not a lot of things that can be done, but just a toggle or two. That's all. Now on to the last part of the look. Of course, gotta get the nails, just going to match them to the specific color, and then get the lashes to add a little fluff to it, because since we didn't have much going on with this fit, I had to make the lashes heat down a little bit, and we matched it and made it look a little ginger. And this was the finishing look. I have to say, although this is the most basic outfit out of the other ones I've done before, I did like this hairstyle and the makeup process for this one, because since this look was a little bit more basic, I wanted to add a little bit more of a pop of color to the rest of the fit, and that's what I think it gave off. So I hope you guys like this video. Please comment below which one of my fits was your fave, and if maybe you would recreate any of these fits. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I promise I will make more non-VIP fit videos. But anyways, I shall see you guys in the next one. She's not